This, as far as I understand, is somewhat... Go back to the main menu. This is... To the best of my understanding, it's not quite the same exact mechanics as Tetris. Much of the presentation, like where I guess the core shape of the game, I guess, is similar. I think there is a game, I think there might be something that is reminiscent of this. But to the best of my knowledge, this is basically meant to be a tribute to Tetris. But some of the mechanics are a bit different. I don't know if they actually have a... Do they have a tutorial? Because I know it's different in some way. No, okay. We'll have to wing it. Let's see. My understanding is that it is... There's like multi-dimensional matching for colors. And we'll see how this goes. So I'm assuming, I guess I should probably... I mean, we'll go top down. We'll start with challenge mode and see how that goes. Alright, easy enough. I didn't check to see what the controls are. I don't know what like left or right rotation there is. Is there? Okay, no. Okay, so you have no like side to side. You're just rearranging the cubes. Okay. I actually don't even know what how many you need to match. Is it just 2? So blue and blue didn't match. Can I do diagonal? Alright, we're gonna have to like feel this out then. Yeah, okay, why are those matching? Is it, I guess one piece has to match? Maybe... Is everything below it? Yeah, okay. So they seem to be connected. I'm assuming it must be like one match on a side. We'll do it like... This might mean that both of these go away. Except for... the one of not the same color, okay. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's not, they probably don't settle. What is this gonna do? These join? It takes the colors, I guess, nearby? Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of power-up blocks. I probably need to see if they have any information listing how these work. So, like, my guess is that the one I'm putting down and the one on the right should go? Yeah, okay, so it's basically, like, any connection at all will work. So you can probably also just, like, plain, you know, stack them and, like, they basically kind of, like, spread out on their own. Don't quite know what the one even does there. Well, we can test this then. Let's do this. Yeah, the entire L and everything connected to it gets broken up. This should be what? Everything on the left? Because it's gonna settle and have the 2... No? Then what about this? Is there diagonal matching in that case? Yeah, well, something. Oh, you know what it is any 3 connected in any direction, probably. Oh, those pop in 3. That's what's going on. And I'm not quite... Maybe this is like anything connects into this. Or no. They take the color of anything nearby. Yeah, any 3 in any direction. Okay, yeah, there's the 50 cleared out of the 52 out of 50. I'm gonna take a quick look and see if there is any tutorial listed. I'm assuming there might be one. So this game is coming out on Switch on the 30th, but there also is a Steam version. And let me take a quick look. Because I bet there is going to be some manner of manual or guide or something. Let's see what they list. Okay, so my understanding there is some sort of like there's some sort of system in this to where you actually have the ability to have I'm assuming it's basically when you fill the screen based on the what I've seen in a couple cases where the line at the very top of the screen, once you fill up to that point, your cubes basically get pushed back a tier, like into the background, and you can still match with those. But I don't immediately see a guide or anything for this. This is see if there's any other rules besides that. I'm assuming that might be all the rules there are. Yeah, okay. I think it probably just that. So what I'm going to do then is we'll go through like another challenge or so and see what they're prompting me to do, because they're probably going to explain it through some of these. So destroy 20 of a particular set, or 20 each actually. Okay. Probably will go really simple to start. I'm assuming this gets like way more complex over time. But for now, what we will do is keep it simple. Yeah, it's definitely 3s for sure. So at that point, there is a bit of a limit to how complex you can make these, unless you're doing weird... You'd have to do a lot of... It's a shame I'm not especially good at a lot of these sort of block puzzle games, because I know there's like, you arrange things in certain ways. Like, I could probably... We'll see if I can wing together something. Well, no, not if we're... not if we're... not spreading these out a bit. Oh, that's 3 up there. Yeah, I gotta be really careful, because like, I'm noticing a match, like, as we're trying to set up more stuff. And then... I just want to get, like, a good bundle of stuff, just to try to, like, suss out more of how some of the more complex interactions work. Like, that's gonna connect, and that'll do... That's like 2. So you're looking for... Like, I'm assuming there might be a combo system like that. Or, I mean, there totally is. There's a count on the top left. So the question is, can I get in the headspace of how to generate some of these? I don't even know what some of these blocks do, these special ones. Like that one, I guess, maybe flips left and right, up and down. One replicates what you had, right? There's a combo, so that's something. I wonder if the combo count is basically how many blocks you've done in the combo. So this will probably replicate. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting the light blues in that case, but I think it's replicating the remainder of the pieces that I've already eliminated on that block. Oh, okay. So there's I guess what, like something that clears horizontally then? Yeah. So there's more than just stuff that like it goes down a row or matches nearby pieces or whatever. Like this will just get everything out of the way, right? Or no, I guess it's just doing something like everything. It recolors top down. I thought it just cleared the entire row, but it doesn't. See what this one does. Oh, I see. Okay. So that just clears everything. Yeah, there's so many of these interesting, like... So many of these different types of, like, combo... like, special blocks. But I haven't quite figured out what they all do. I've only seen, like, 4 so far. I think there's a bunch, though. I remember seeing, there was, like, a rundown of, like... No description that I saw of what they do, but, like, there was, like, a listing of, like, at least 6 or 7 of them. Now, let's just start putting a bunch down, and just... I'm gonna purposefully try to avoid getting the matching right away. Just to see... Well, I mean, that's kind of a guaranteed. Nothing you can do about that. But I'm gonna start making a mess, and then... Let's put this on the side, see what it does. Like, is it just going to become... Okay, it takes itself out. No matches here. I wonder if the challenges start picking up additional shapes over time, or are they all just like pillars? That might make some of this a little bit difficult to figure out then. Like if you're trying to make like big combos. Get this here. Put this here. Make some combo stuff. Well, I was wondering what would happen if I tried to catch it like that. If I ever hit a point where one of the challenges is the combo, I'm gonna be doomed. I haven't quite gotten my head together with this. I'm kind of like fishing around to see if there is a rotate button or anything. I don't think there is. And the controls are very, very simple. You can, you know, kind of... No, there's... Okay, so there's no directional stuff either as well, okay. So I can't, like, for example, flip these in the opposite direction. Not really that many orientations to go, though. It's, like, literally just, like, two and you're back to where you were. Yeah, what does this do? Imagining a lot of the difficulty is gonna come up later. Yeah, it looked like it didn't do anything. Easy enough. What? I mean, I guess it hasn't been released on Switch yet, so I guess we'll just... All I can do is remove the E on this. Oops, no, go back. Dude, Jerp. Wait, no. I keep expecting it to go to the right. There. Number 20, okay. Still pretty straightforward. I think a chunk of the challenge here is just going to be anybody who wants to chase high score. Somebody who knows combos better than I do. I'm trying to like wrangle out of my brain a lot of like what... Because I played like, you know, I played like Warriors Woods and some other games that have like proper, like really intense combo stuff. And I cannot remember any of it. I remember there were like particular structures you tried to build because you know they would lead to a combo in those games. I might not fare very well here. I might have to be the example that everyone is immediately able to challenge. Block puzzle games are definitely not my strong suit. I think a couple of them in the past I have gotten into, but I am not by any means a skilled block puzzler. I guess once I need to figure something out to meet some of the later challenges, that might be the big thing for me. That might be where it clicks. Specifically trying to avoid... Okay, yeah, that one I think just randomizes or changes the colors on the way up or down. Which means that if there's a particular rule you're trying to follow with those, like if they always change in a certain order, then maybe that's how you guarantee combos with some of these. I wonder if there's anybody who's posted information about, like, what's, you know, what they're... If anybody has, like, figured out, like high-scoring strats in this, then, what does that, what do they look like, you know? I wonder if there's a time bonus. I mean, there is, yeah, well, there's a timer. I don't know if there's a time bonus. I'll check next time I complete one of these. Yeah, I am still deliberately trying my best to avoid... I'm trying to build something up, and I'm going to try to, like, start wrapping my head around how combos might work in this. You know what? If I put on my glasses, perhaps that might help a bit. Gotta look super, super nerdy while doing puzzle games. I want to hold on to this one. Yeah, I guess it's gonna start comboing on its own. So, like, if I did this, then I might get something out of it, right? Do Jerp. Best as we can fit. I'm assuming part of the reason why I'm on the leaderboard at this point is because there's, like, it hasn't been released on Switch, so it's probably just... Wait, something under so many minutes? Oh, we gotta hurry up. We have 100 in just a couple minutes. We gotta hurry up. Doing me a frighten. Well, we can do this. Get like super basic combos, I think is what we're gonna have to do here. Not sure if I caught what this one's gonna do. Well, if this one is getting the ones from next to you, well, that might be a problem. Well, I mean, this will eventually work itself out. Yeah, another combo. Leave that off to the side. I don't know if I want that one just yet. Yeah, we may not have enough time for this. Like, the timer might run out before. We'll see. Don't want this one. Well, you know, sure. I'll take it. Well, we're about halfway. We're more than halfway, so we'll probably make this. Everything I'm putting down is going away, so that's something. I don't like what we're doing here. I need to do this better. Oh, I should have done on the right. Oh, okay, let's leave it. The right would probably would have been slightly better. Let's see what this one does. What am I gonna get? Am I gonna get any combo out of that? That will eventually combo. Let's leave this one alone. Almost done. Well, the Atlas is going to do it for me. Easy enough. 50 blue. The timer challenges, I think, are good. Like, I'm liking the timer stuff. Alright, can you do anything with that? I guess there kind of is, you know, Especially with the way this score works, I bet you there's a strong incentive to just like super speed run some of this stuff. Oh yeah, part of it is just to get to the blues. Or I guess maybe just like stack a bunch of stuff and do that to get blues when like depending on how they rotate. Maybe. There might be something like that. Maybe like there's a challenge later on where you got to get a bunch of a particular color, but they don't put down any of them, and you just got to rotate into it. Let's see that. Like so I'll probably do this and have those change, right? Yeah. I didn't catch what this one does. It's going down though. I think that's the one that does bombs in like every direction, I think. Which means in that case I want to put the A blue over here. And when it does pop, it's gonna get the, well, I got a couple out of the way. I did not make any new colors. I know, I need to figure out as well, I need to engineer a scenario where, let's do that. I need to engineer a scenario where I stack to the top. Oh, hitting up like does a full, like if you do this, it's like immediately goes straight down. Yeah, let's stack to the top as best. Well, this is not. I'll stack to the top as best as I can. Like try to do stuff that will not combine. I still want some horizontal space occupied though. This will become whatever. Hopefully it's not too combo heavy. A little bit. Well. When I don't want to combo, it combos quite a bit. Because I think when you stack to the red line, everything goes back to tier, and you can combo in all dimensions. And I'm assuming that's some score stuff. No timer. I gotta stop thinking that there is. Yeah, all I want to do, like I'm intentionally trying to not match these if I can avoid it. Just for the sole purpose. Well, this will probably... I don't want to do this. I hope this doesn't combo too much. Because I want to get a reasonable stack to the top. Oh, so I'll minimize the damage with that if I can. No, I don't want to lose my moves though. Sorta. Yeah, well, I guess we're gonna have some spots that I just can't avoid. So I'm gonna like just leave some gaps. They'll match up when they happen. And I want to see, I believe these, like one more tier and it goes to the back. Yeah. So these are in the back now. And I can start putting some stuff like this, and they should match in the back. Yeah. And that's how you get like the bigger combos and stuff gets interesting. So I guess it would be even like this would do it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess you intentionally want to figure that out. Yeah, and you get like additional like multi-layer combo stuff, which should be good for score. The problem is now is how to avoid, like you have to think how to get everything stacked in the third dimension as well, and like that's tricky when you get so many matches like that. So you basically have, like, you're playing basically a game of keep away with your combos. One which I'm not doing super amazing with. Like, the funny thing is, it's very easy to get forward progress. I'm wondering when they'll create a scenario where like clearing cubes is no longer the objective, and now it's just like you must combo Or maybe like endless mode gives you weird pieces and stuff. I don't know. One more left. I guess we'll just we'll finish up the blue. Assuming that's because of the combo. Alright. Destroy all X marked cubes. Here we go. Now we have some... Now the complexity is showing up. Now the question ends up being, what do you need to do? I'm assuming it's probably yellow then, right? This will clear some of that. Unless all they have to match with themselves. Hopefully it matches with the yellow. Let's find out. Yeah, yellow matches still with yellow. That's good. So now you're going to start unearthing these things. This is where the difficulty shows up. Although they are being very friendly to me here. Look at how generous they're being with the yellows. I'll get another yellow. I'll get the one in the background. Like a middle yellow. So let's be in the top. Get another one out of the way. Let's not cover that up because I don't know what we're going to get out of it. Yeah, this just lets me remove some more space. Get that one out of the way. Can't remember what this one does. There is another one below that, though. I gotta try to get that cleared up. I think that if that clears, I think there's another X there. I'll have to dig that one back out. Okay. Okay, there is... Pretty confident there's yellow in there. I might start focusing on the middle, because those will be easy to get. Like, so this then, and then I gotta do, like... one in the middle. Get that out of the way. Yellow in the middle. Need to get another yellow in a bit. Let's see what this does for me. Nothing good. Okay. Alright. Well, actually, there's yellow here. Let's do that. Get a combo off of that. And... let's see what's in here. At the bottom left. Well, I might clear it with just the... or, I won't clear it with just that, so I gotta not put that down. Blue, get some of that out of the way. So, blue to yellow. There we go. Okay. Interesting though how... I'm not sure what changes... Like, this seems like it's going back to one of the easier puzzles. The ones with stuff to target, and the ones with stuff in the way, I think provide a lot of additional challenge. This one, I'm not sure... This is almost like, you have as much time as you want, but you really need to... You really need to hurry up if you want. You know, if you want... Like, you know, it's basically just like everyone figure out their high score for this. But, like, some of them are basically like a personal challenge, and others are more about facing everybody else. I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to just... Do I want to get as many as I can, or do I just want to go ahead and just, like, stack to the top and get interesting, you know, get more combos and stuff? I think maybe, like, probably maybe the best thing to do in terms of just showing off more of the game would be to fly through as many of the challenges as I can get and see what they throw at me. Because these are all the curated stuff, right? Endless Mode, I mean, Endless Mode probably has some sort of ordering or routine to it as well, or maybe eventually it gets really difficult. But the challenges are probably going to be the showcase for mechanics. Yeah, anytime I'm like not really getting anything to combo, that's actually kind of preferable to me, because I want to. The closer I get to the top, the more I'm going to get higher scores. So I want to see more of what these are doing for me. Yeah, I guess it's whenever you stack on top of that, it pops, no matter what it is. Okay, that's just going to do, like, it's going to clear out just in all 4 cardinal directions. I still haven't figured out what that one does. It seems like those aren't. It seems like the art on the side of that cube does not indicate that it's like matching the sides. It's doing something else. That's the one I think that just explodes in every direction. So I guess there's like an incentive to basically say like stack as much as you can of that. Like the next time you ever hit it, I guess. No. Let's start taking notes. Gotta pay more attention too, because I do not want to collapse this. I want it to go into the background. I guess to some degree you just kind of want to do this. You know, like with as minimal matching as you can, just set up these pillars like this. This seems to be the easiest way to get to the top. Well, mostly. Can't do it too blind. It's probably like the most basic tier 1 strat for this. And then you put one more, it doesn't match like this, and then you go in and you just go like that. And you do it again because you want it to stack. Like that. It didn't go to the back. Why didn't it go into the back? Oh no. I needed to go to the back. Is that gonna go to the back? Here we go. I was about to say. I guess you can say there'd be like one extra on top, and then you're good. Oh, I should have done that. That's gonna clear out the whole back piece. I don't know what happens if you catch it. I don't know if that's just that the projectile is still interactable, or it actually does something. Yeah, see how these are starting to combo? Gotta be really mindful of that. Because I think if you're doing these sort of like back and forth, left and right kind of setups, then I think that's how you get bigger combos, maybe. Or like one of the ways. Hey, Junk Collector. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. And part of it is that I have not played much for puzzle games almost in the past. I think the last cube-related game I've ever played has been Catherine, I guess? And the rules for that are a lot different than this. I think there's going to be some like Warriors Wood style, like super heavy puzzling that it's going to take me some time to wrap my head around. A couple combos. Not quite there yet. I want to get one of those big ones that just like clears the entire map. But don't have enough of a grasp of how to think about this far enough ahead to do that yet. But it's like it's a latent desire at this point. There's gonna be shapes you notice over time that will allow you to get, like, you'll start noticing, like, oh, I set up in this, you know, this and then this and then this in that order. Then they'll start stacking. So this should be like one more, well, not that, I guess. One more, and it goes to the back. And it goes to the back. Then it goes to the back. No. Then it goes to the back. Well, screw it. Let's just put this down. Let's start putting ones down to, like... I thought there was a rule. I actually don't know what's controlling stuff going into the background layer. I thought I did, but I don't. Well, at least at this point, like, I'm not, like, doomed if I don't understand what's going on. I just won't get super high scores. Alright, we will continue to scrap the vowel. Don't destroy. Okay, here we go. Here's another one of those ones where it's like, this now is a lot more, the complexity ramps up immediately. You have something you got to target, or you got to avoid. So I can't put any blues down. Because you'll immediately, like, I can't match blues here. So I have to be very, very careful not to connect like these. I need to start blocking out the grays. You know what I can do is just make an impossible setup here first. Just to, well, I mean, that's a problem, but... I guess I can get the blue out of the way like this. Oh, that's it, yeah, well... Try this again. You could just stack vertically too. Yeah, I didn't see it, and that's all it takes. I'm gonna cover these up as best as I can. Well, I said that. These are now dangerous because anything becomes a blue and stacks together in a bad way and you're screwed. Yeah, like I've got to be very careful with these. Gotta purposely avoid these matching. And once it does, I mean, these ones are killing me though. These ones changing stuff and making blues. These are dangerous. Especially because you can match in the background as well. That's super scary. But I've also got to be conscious of, like, I do need to match eventually. So I guess matching any blues are fine, just not matching... You really want to avoid matching just those particular blues. One to the background. That might have been a bad idea. That one goes down, we're gonna lose that. We're gonna lose it just from that. That one explodes straight down? Do not remember. No, it's to the side, we're good. Leave that one alone. Yeah, we have such a minimal amount of like good, safe space to work with here. This will be a dangerous thing to do. Should not have done that. All right. Still doing all right. Still fine. Guess I'll try to just make myself a little substrate for doing more. The yellows are out of the way. Leave this alone. All we gotta do is gotta do the teal ones, the sky blue. Getting close. This should do it. There. 150 in under 5 minutes. I had to do earlier, I think it was 100 in under 4 minutes, so, and I cleared it okay. Timer ones make me nervous though. Trying to like prep some combos and stuff for it. Like the ones I see right away, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. See what we get. Yeah, I don't really have too much time to think about this either. I gotta just hurry up. There's even a button to speedy that drops up too. I'm gonna have to rely on that as much as I can. Progress is being made. If I could memorize what each of the power-up blocks is doing, that would help a lot. So I'm making, as far as I can tell, I'm making good time. I'm more than halfway there. And I am beating the timer, so I should be alright. Questions are coming down to, like, where am I getting to the point where I can't figure out good matches. Progress has been... Well, that's... I was like, that's good. Progress is being made very quickly here. Already almost done. Right. Easy enough. Now, they said only destroy 40 each of these. What is this? Empty blocks? Are they, like, limiting the shape now? I wonder how that changes things. Because it just means you don't get convenient rows in the bottom. Probably a bit more to it. Gotta keep in mind I'm not in a hurry with this one. All I gotta do is just manage the limited space. I wonder if any of the like explosive or projectile blocks, any of the special ones, do they destroy these extra blocks that I can't do anything with? And also, considering that they're, I mean, I guess, so there's a couple that are adjacent to each other that are not, like, so some of them have blue corners, some of them have red corners. They're not, as far as I can tell, they're not matching to each other. I think that's just meant to be just a color thing, and they, like, you know, just like a aesthetic thing, and they don't actually, there may not be a method of clearing them besides just, like, maybe pushing them into the back? Perhaps. Still haven't quite figured out how that works. Is it loud? I can turn it down a bit. If I'm allowed to. Music room? Oh, hold on. I guess we will start this one over again. Yeah, I can't go to the settings without... How is this? Yeah, I have to exit the level in order to start over. I always find it really hard to adjust volume on console stuff. It's so like I don't have a reference. I don't have any sort of reference sound, basically. Title music is more centered. Well, yeah, that's true as well. It's like, but it's a lot of it is that consoles have a different. They have a different volume target than PC. And I think it's part of it. Is like that. There's like I can't remember what this is like. What it was described as, but it's like there's some sort of standard for like a different 0 dB level, just the same way how like 24-bit and 16-bit sound have different a different output for 0 dB. can't remember what it was called though. It's just like a standard name or something like that. But on top of that, volume levels for a lot of games will vary a ton. Usually it's like, when I'm playing PC games, there's kind of two standards you hit, and like it's like I'll set my Windows volume to like either it's usually like 36 or 50. I know for Popular, optimal volume for me is setting it to 30. But it seems like I always kind of feel like consoles like vary a lot, and I haven't really figured out why. Everyone has sort of a different comfort level volume-wise. It could be that a lot of what I play is indie games, and indie game volume is not always necessarily targeted to a standard. In the same way that, like, when you look at every streamer, their volume levels are massively different. Nobody targets 0 dB. Like, what you typically want is you want your peak for your voice to hit, like, as close as you get is 0 dB as your absolute peak, and then use a compressor to figure it out, like, to get your volume somewhat normalized from there. And then your game volume, like, some people do, like, negative 10 dB. Some people will try to target negative 20. I try to target negative 20-ish, usually. Lately, I've been a little bit too gentle with my mic, but I also have to be cognizant of, like, some people have their speakers turned way too high, and normal volume would peak on, normal volume would just, like, literally clip on some people's setups. We're almost halfway on all three of the colors so far. Part is that, like, all, like, you know, the brown's not helping. Pieces on the side are making it a little bit hard to get good horizontal stuff. Good horizontal matching. I don't know how important it is, though. Don't need any more yellows, so that's another thing I gotta pay attention to. I want to see, does this do anything for the ones? No. Those, like, static blocks don't do nothing for me. They're stuck. Wondering if there's any way to, like, manipulate them in any way. I don't think you can. I do think that there's some sort of rotation, though, for the colors. Like, so the one that cycles the colors for, I guess there's two of those different blocks that cycle colors for your cubes. I swear they probably have some sort of, there's probably an order, but I have no idea what the order is. I feel like I start focusing on the blue and the gray as best as I can. Get there. Alright, that's all we need. Just those two. Yeah, I guess when you're trying to target, like, a small amount of particular colors like this, like, if it was only one, I think it would be even more work at this point to try to figure out. Because you just get so many blocks that don't match what you're looking for. So blue will be covered, and we gotta do gray. Alright, almost there. I would love to get this particular glue out of the way. I'm not gonna be able to get it. One on the bottom left. Alright, keep this one as exposed as we can while we start fishing for... Well, we just need 2 grays anywhere. One more. It doesn't matter where it comes from, it doesn't matter what shape. Yeah, here we go. Let's see it. Alright. Alright, so I think that is going to be it for Papertris for now. I want to take a look and see... I want to get a better bead on what kind of strategies are being done, and I need to get a better idea of how the background stuff works, where you're pushing stuff into the background. Because I think that's going to be like the key, especially as things get more and more complex. Figuring out sort of like what the general shapes are going to be for the combos, and how do you get that moved into the background as quick as possible, I think is going to be the key for a lot of this stuff. I think some of the puzzles that I've been facing so far, like the initial challenges, I think most of them are kind of easy, but I think they're trying to be a really like a very gradual kind of ramp up to some of the more difficult stuff. Although I do think that it's a little strange though that it goes into cases where it's like, okay, well we wanna do like don't pop these blocks or target these specific ones, and then they go back to some that are just like clear, 40, 40, 40, these cubes. I think the time ones are interesting though. I think maybe they're a little bit too lenient, but I guess it comes down to like how quickly people will figure out the mechanics and how dependent are they going to be on getting good combos, because it could be like you get a lot of bad blocks that are just not going to combine. Especially if it's like 3 colors and then 3 different colors and you're like looping that whole setup over and over again, and you got to put it down somewhere, right? I think that's going to be where the timer stuff gets complex. But right now it seems daunting, but it's not quite there yet. And I think the later challenges, or maybe like late endless, might be kind of where things get pretty difficult. Or if it comes down to like maybe every so many blocks you get your time bonus in endless or something like that, and a lot of it's just like speed running through that, doing the best you can with the pieces that you get. Or maybe they start giving you like really elaborate pieces you can't do anything with. Maybe that's where the difficulty is going to come in. But I definitely want to take a look and see what other people have figured out for this, because it seems like there's a lot of potential, but it definitely depends on what they hand you and what levels you get as you go further out, or very late endless or whatever. But it's intriguing, like it's interesting so far, but I definitely want to see more, and I want to see if anybody, like perhaps I have missed just like a listing of, like, for example, like a breakdown of what all the different special blocks do.